Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is our review for Iyanla, Fix My Life. The Mitchell family unfinished business is like seasons. It says season 6, episode 13, but I don't know if this is supposed to be maybe season 7. I'm not sure because I'm like they said it was a new season, so girl. We'll get it figured out. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole J-Bird. J-Bird. Dun 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 dun. Okay, all that good shit. Do not forget to also like, comment, and share this video. To check the description box below because it has all kind of information. Okay, if you have a question, it's probably answered in the description box. And do not forget, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Anyway, so the Mitchell brothers. These are the Mitchell brothers. You recall they were on before. They are 5 brothers who were basically abandoned in one way or other because their crack addicted parents, the mother and the father, kind of gave them away. They were in like foster care, in group homes. They had a very, very hard life. Were kind of sort of not raised together for the most part. And it's just a whole lot going on with the brothers that were there before, with the mama a little bit, the mama was a little bit, the daddy, the sister. And we thought they was gonna be good, gave them a whole a way to start to try to be better, okay? To try to be better. So we know we have Melvin, Marvin, Michael, Michael, and Marcus are the 5 brothers. And I just want to show y'all that so y'all can remember who they were. Let me move that picture all the way out the way so I don't get confused with nothing else. So the episode starts off, and now I'm like, did I miss something? Like, did my DVR like started in the middle? Like, what's going on? But no, the episode started with 2 of the brothers beefing. Okay, it's like you see the cameras is catching them in the room, and you see 2 other brothers. It's 4 brothers in there. 2 of the brothers are having an argument. So we see Marvin, okay, is pissed off. Okay, Marvin was all upset. Matter of fact, let me show y'all the face Marvin was making. I'm gonna do a whole. Let me show you the face that Marvin was making when they went in, and he was just oh so pissed off, oh so upset, and oh so mad. Okay, see, this was Marvin, okay? That is what Marvin was looking at. That's how Marvin was looking. And this is how upset he was with the purple race stripe in his head. Okay? So Marvin, I'm going to use that picture for right now, okay? Because Marvin was angry. Okay? He was angry. And he looked like he got on some real good foundation makeup. Anyway, he in the room, he was in there with his sister, and he just pissed. I don't fuck this shit. I don't care. I'ma beat some ass and blah 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 blah. Okay, and then we see Miss Iyanla. Miss Iyanla come up like, "What is this shit? What have I walked into?" Okay, and this is her looking at him like, "You own this bullshit, little boy." Okay. And she's like, what the hell is going on? Like, what is y'all doing? And he, for the most part, is saying how they don't respect me. So I gotta beat somebody's ass for them to respect me. I'm tired of them or him feeling like he can talk to me in a kind of way. Okay, in a kind of way. It's some bullshit. I don't care. And she's like, look, because he ranting and raving. I'm jaw off, tight because he's so mad or whatever, flexing the jaw. And she's like, what did I tell you before? Like, if you have these, anger issues, she's like, to change my battery. Well, why haven't you changed your battery? Like, what? You have to do things differently. Because if not, it's going to be an oxymoron situation and team to, well, they don't respect me unless I act like this. And I can whoop their ass. And she's like, and then what? Like, what does that do? Like, it doesn't do. Well, then they know. She's like, they know what? He didn't even have an answer. I'm like, you want to know why? Because he don't even know at all. So, she kind of calmed him down because he was on some bullshit. What was he on, y'all? Some bullshit. Okay. So we see her go in. I had that one picture because he looked so mad. So she go in and she talked to Melvin, who was the brother that Marvin was arguing with. Okay. So Melvin had this is Melvin. This is Marvin. Okay. They're the two younger brothers. One is like 28, 29, or 29, 30, but they're the two youngest brothers. And they look like twins. Truthfully, same foundation on, same hairline could be drawn in. I don't know. Both got some color in their hair. Okay, they both just happen to be, you know what I'm saying, homosexuals or whatnot. They look like twins. Okay, fraternal twins. They don't look identical, but they look pretty fucking same eyebrow bend. They must have the same makeup artist. Okay, and the same jeweler because the earring the earring in they ear look the same. Okay, twin brothers. Okay, same foundation. Okay, same lip gloss, same shape of the brow, same highlighter on the cheeks. Probably Fenty Beauty. I'm just saying. Okay, girl, birds of a feather. Anyway, this one. Melvin is like, I don't know why he can't. It's not my fault that Marvin can't sit in here and have a simple conversation. Say, I didn't do nothing. I was not. I was calm. And the other one was like, you lying. You was not calm. Was Michael. Michael, like, you was not calm at all. Like, you was in his face. Like, ain't like gonna whoop my ass. You know what I'm saying? A whole thing. Okay? It was a whole situation, but you wasn't calm. And so, I'm like, you can't be acting that way to anybody, let alone your brother. That's not how you treat people. I don't know what's wrong with y'all folk. I'm like, girl, I don't know what's wrong with them either. Okay? So, we then see all the brothers together. So, we also have, where is he at? Marcus. Okay? Now, I don't like Marcus's hair. I want Marcus to stop throwing them braids. I want Marcus to get a bald head and just no. No. I think he asked for them. I want some fancy braids, some zigzag, circle, and square braids in my hair. I want like a goddamn the maze map on my head for this show. Okay, that's what I want. No, just cut all your hair off. Anyway, we also have the other brother, Michael. So again, these are all the brothers, okay? I'm gonna move Michael picture up here to kind of get it out the way, but I don't have time to kind of be like, oh, this is so and so said this, so and so said that. We're gonna just have them all in here, and I'm gonna be right here, okay? Because it's just girl, it's so many of them. So let me see, where is it? Girl, where is it? Okay, so these are all the brothers who are here to fix, girl, what they need to fix. And I'm like, Jesus, just fix it. So she like, well, what happened? Why are y'all back? So we have Michael. This is Michael, who says that, well, what's going on with me, you know what I'm saying? Because I think he's the oldest boy. He brings up how, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's still making them crazy videos of him, like, doing it to, like, trash bags and, like, dancing. Is he do the weirdest videos? I've seen some of them before they were on the show, and I've seen some since he's been on the show. And, you can tell he's doing it for attention, but I digress. Anyway, he brings up how, he's not living with his dad anymore, that he's renting a room somewhere. And she's like, oh, well, why are you not living with him anymore? Well, I wanted to be kind of on my own, do my own things. I just got a room somewhere. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so, one of the brothers, I think, what is it? One of the twin brothers, what's it, the blonde haired one? No, him. It was him up there. The one he next to. I don't know which brother is that. It's just the hard thing. Okay, that's Marvin. Okay, so Marvin was like, that ain't the reason. That ain't what happened. You lying. He then said you and your daddy got into it and you was acting crazy, whatnot. And he said either shut up in his house or get out his house. And so you left. So that's what happened. Okay, that's what really happened. So now he renting a room somewhere else. I'm saying that's the truth. We then see Melvin Okay, says, and that's why we here, because everybody full of shit. I said, well, goddamn it, man, everybody full of shit? All y'all full of shit? And Michael is like, I ain't got nothing to say. Like, he just being quiet. He like, well, yeah, that's kind of true. There's always a whole bunch of bullshit. And so I'm like, okay, so it's still a whole bunch of shit going on. So Michael, okay, Michael then says how for him, he went into depression, he was lonely, he wanted to kill himself. You know what I'm saying? He said, I feel like nobody understands me, nobody hear me, they just don't understand what I want to do. Like they don't get nothing I call Melvin. That's Melvin right there. And I'm doing this so y'all can see who I'm talking about. I call Melvin sometime and he won't answer, or he'll answer sometimes. Sometimes he won't, and this is kind of crazy. So, he's there. He says they brush me off like I don't exist. When I'm trying to talk to them, they just kind of brush me off, whatever. So he like, if I kill myself, I can kind of give them what they want, because to them, I don't exist anyway. And then she's like, you really think that your brothers want you to kill yourself? And this is the crazy part to me. I don't recall any of the brothers saying, of course we don't want you to kill yourself. I feel like the brothers just let him talk. And I'm like, it ain't no way that my sibling can say, I feel like I can just kill myself and my siblings will get what they want. And then I'm just not going to say, you fucking crazy. Like, they just didn't say much or nothing to my recollection, honestly. And so, Melvin then says, this is Melvin right there. Because this is who because Michael said he was calling Melvin. That I'm calling you. Calling you. So he would say, I would call him and he wouldn't answer. Melvin then says, okay, he right. Sometimes he do call me and sometimes I don't answer. Okay, this is what Melvin's saying. He said, and when I do that because I don't feel like I'm equipped, I'm not built to handle him. I don't know how to properly handle him. Okay, I'm not equipped to do that. And so sometimes I don't answer. I don't have the patience. I just don't have the I don't feel like doing it. And it's because Michael, as we know, is a bit touched from birth. And there is probably times where he's just extra, 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 and the person may not have the patience for that. So Melvin's like, I don't be having the patience to deal with it, so sometimes I don't answer the phone. So at first, Michael like, oh, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever, that's fine. But Michael then says, no, Melvin, right? Melvin says, well, sometimes he called me and, I don't want to talk about what he wants to talk about. You know what I'm saying? What he wants to talk about. I'm not interested in that. I have no interest in whatever he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing for us to talk about. I'm like, now why would you say that? This is what I don't get, how if your sibling calls you to chit chat up, even if it's about nothing, then fucking listen to nothing and then get it over. But you can't be like, we don't have nothing to talk about because he don't interest me. It's your fucking brother. It's your brother. So with that, he gets pissed off. Michael pissed off. He's mad. He's very Michael. He's very upset. He's very pissed off. And at first he said, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever. You not my brother, you know what I'm saying. I don't even like you. And you see he's having this reaction. Then he gets quiet. And then Iyanla finna talk. He was like, boom, hit the table. You my brother. I'm your brother. I'm here. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I love you. I'm me. I'm me. You ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? How do you not talk to me? I'm your brother. We go, you ain't going, and he's yelling. He's up, girl, it was crazy. And he out the blue, and as he's yelling all these things, I'm your brother. I love you. You ain't going nowhere. How can you not want to talk to me? You know what I'm saying? I love you. You know what I'm saying? I'm me. I'm me. And Iyanla is like, hear what he's saying. Do y'all hear what he's saying? Because they all sitting there not saying shit. Ain't nobody got up to try to calm him down. They just watching him flail about and yell, how much we brothers, all this stuff. For the most part, she like Michael is saying he's lonely. Michael is saying he feels ignored. Michael is saying he is your brother. Y'all are brothers. He loves y'all. But for the most part, he is saying he's lonely and he's reaching out to talk to y'all because he's lonely. And then you will say to his loneliness, I don't want to talk to you, even if you only calling me because you're lonely, because you don't have anyone. And I think he said, I don't have nothing but a dog. Like, I don't have nothing. And she was like, listen to him. Like, do you hear what he's saying? It was so sad. It was so sad because again, he trying to say to them, y'all don't even acknowledge me. I'm your brother. I love you. Why would you not want to talk to me? And I'm like, and the whole time, Melvin had this exact same face. Okay, that was Melvin face the whole time. Matter of fact, that was all their faces for the most part the whole time, except a petty smile here or there. So Melvin then say, well, I don't want to be the bad guy. Why I gotta be the bad guy? Just because, you know what I'm saying, this is some bullshit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If we wanted to get along, we wouldn't be here. We would just get along. Melvin is holding on to something. I don't know what it is, but he looked like he just always upset. Something going on with Melvin, and hopefully it comes out, by the end of this part, by the end of the two-parter. So Iyanla brought up a great point. She was like, sometimes somebody else's experience does not make you the bad guy, but y'all all have to realize each of y'all have y'all own experience, but y'all own experience does not make somebody else's experience not valid. Like, y'all all have y'all own stuff. And it's weird to how they all feel like if I say we don't have nothing to talk about, and if you say, well, I'm lonely, you should talk to me, it kind of invalidates how I feel. It's like, no, it's just two different experiences. But his experience doesn't invalidate yours, but they don't get that shit yet. And I'm like, girl, it's like nobody is wrong, even when their experience is different, because we are different people, okay? So she like, even if y'all don't like each other, okay, it's that don't mean the other person is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And even if y'all don't like each other, it does not mean that y'all can't want to be closer. Period. Because you may not like your brother. But you not liking your brother don't mean that y'all can't want to be closer. Just because Melvin don't like Michael, don't mean that Michael don't want to be closer to Melvin. Or any other five interchangeable names. Okay? So she then talked to Marcus. Okay? This is Marcus. See? With the braids. So Marcus with the braids, she asked him, what's going on with you? Because he was in the midst of all that, was like, well, I know I'm here for myself. I'm here. I got to get myself figured out, whatever. Because I ain't do what I was supposed to do. So she asked him, well, what was it that you were supposed to do that you did not do? And then he says, well, I wasn't a brother. I didn't keep in contact with them like I was supposed to. I didn't reach out like I was supposed to. And it was just, all bad, just all the way around, And she then say, well, what happened to where, you wanted to, or that you slit your wrist? Like, what happened with that whole situation? Because apparently he tried to kill himself by slitting his wrist. And then he say, I was ready to go. I was done. I was out of here. I was done. I was over it. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to check out. He said, so that's what I did. And she said, what happened? And he said, I failed. That's why I'm still here, because I didn't do it right. I'm like, you know, she like, well, you didn't fail. You know what I'm saying? There's more things that you need to handle. And, we'll talk about that a little later, but you're going to have to give me more on what happened to even make you want to do that. Because, that's a lot to want to do. And then, she's like, she said, we're not going to overlook the fact that something drove you to want to kill yourself. So, we're going to have to figure that out. And I'm like, girl, please do. So when she like, are the things that push you to that point like still the issue? Nah, it's resolved. You know what I'm saying? It's fine, and you can tell he lying. Like, he just don't want to address whatever is going on with him. But they did the same thing last time. They a little bit more forthcoming this time, but still, it's always, you can tell something else going on, and they just haven't talked about it yet. So she then gets to Mikhail. Okay, and that's him, Michael. Michael. Michael is the peacemaker. I'm happy because the damn dreads off. Okay, I'm gonna say that. And she like, kind of what's going on with all y'all. And he bring up, how like we all have these moments. We all have these moments of just getting mad, getting very, very, very mad. He said the difference is I don't think my brothers know how to cut it off. I know how to cut it off. And sometimes I do cut it off and they don't know how to. So they're always angry. And he's like, and then, none of us listen to each other. We're always just, talking and not really listening. So she brings up to them all, like, y'all all have to be healthy individuals before y'all can even be brothers. And she's like, so I'm telling y'all now, as of right now, as brothers, y'all are divorced. Okay, y'all are no longer brothers because, again, y'all have to get to be healthy individuals before y'all can even attempt to have a brotherhood. She spoke about how the last time they were on the show, how they kind of focused more on healing their brothers, relationship in respect to the parents, not really in respect to each other too much. So they're gonna kind of try to focus on that a little bit more. So we then see, because y'all know who the brothers are now. So I ain't gotta keep posting up pictures or whatever. We then see they have the sister come about because Kizzy is there. So, Kizzy is actually the oldest because Kizzy's 40. Because she's the oldest of all the kids. And, she brings up how, the last 5 months been crazy since they left the show. You know what I'm saying? I took a break from social media. I changed my number and I kind of just detached myself and took a little breather. And then Iyanla brings up how people forget or they don't realize that it's okay for people to take breaks here and there for stuff. Like, it's okay to do that. Just announce that you are doing that so people won't feel like you just kind of ghosted them, basically. Like, you can go ahead and say, hey, guess what? You know what I'm saying? I'm taking a whole little break. I need some vacation. And I think it's funny because we always say how people on Facebook be like, oh, I'm going to shut down my Facebook page. And we be like, don't announce it, just do it. But in this aspect, she was like, well, it's okay to announce to people that you taking a break so people will know. And I'm like, I think with family, yeah. I think if it's going to be things where you're not going to be answering family calls or family things, and yeah, go ahead and just say I'm gonna be on break real quick, so I don't want y'all to worry about me. So as she's saying, like, I'm taking the whole little break or whatever, we see that which brother said something. Melvin. I'll move Melvin over here. Okay. No, we can put him right down here. Put Melvin as right down here. We can see his face. So Melvin then says, she lying. That ain't true. You know what I'm saying? She took a break off social media because of her boyfriend. I'm looking like, why are you snitching? Why are you snitching on your sister of all people? So she then say, well, that's not how, you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? She like, look, that ain't true. Even though I may not have said everything to you, I may have said that one thing. It was more than just that. She like, I broke my ankle. I was losing my house. I was losing my job. I was consumed with social media. And it was consuming my life. And I feel like if she, after the episodes aired, I'm pretty sure their social medias was probably crazy because the episode was a popular episode. And so, but still, for Melvin to be like, oh, well, she lying because, she told me that she took a break because her boyfriend did. And she like, we both did, but these were the other reasons as why, because everything was too much. But Melvin is messy. Okay. Melvin and Marvin are messy. Let's just say that. Okay. Messy boots all up and through. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they just happen to both be the two men who happen to be gay. Now, we all know there are many messy gay people, okay, who are petty. And I feel like they are. Okay. Because every chance they get, they snitching on somebody like, that ain't true. Typical for certain people. Okay. So when Kizzy's like, this is the reason I did da 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 da. she started crying because I guess she was upset, and she just storms off and walk away. And y'all are like, see, that's y'all problem. You know, y'all want to act like y'all 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't be acting like y'all six and storming off. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to do things. Like, at least say, I need a moment, excuse me, and then walk. But just to get up crying and walk away as if you don't, you stump it away. It's just stupid. She come back. Okay, she come back and say, all right, I'm back now. And I'm like, what did you leave for? I need a minute. But why couldn't you announce that and not act like a child having a tantrum? I agree. Okay, she's like, y'all need to stop acting 6 years old. I say, girl, they do. Then they bring in the mama. Now, Iyanla bring up how she did not want to bring the daddy this time because they focused more on the father last time than the mama. So the mama's there. Look, I did not pick a petty picture. I did not intentionally pick a crazy picture. This is what she looked like the whole episode. And so, not trying to be funny. So, y'all, you insult it. No. This is what she chose to wear. That's how she wore her hair. And that's how she looked. No tea, no shade at all. Anyway, so let me move Melvin away. So now we're talking with Kizzy and the mama. And I feel like the mom looked like she could be back on drugs. Okay? She just looks different than she did the last time she was on the show. And she seemed a bit weaker. Because when she was walking up, it seemed like she was walking slowly. Not in pain, but just like she just I don't know. It was may God bless her. Okay. Anyway, now the mama had a total of 9 kids, and all the 9 that she had, she abandoned. Okay. One of them died. That's 5, 6. So one of them died. That's 7, and maybe 2 of them are in jail, or maybe 2 died and 1 in jail, or something like that. But again, all of them are, just separate. But she had 9 kids and she didn't have custody of any of them. She kept having them and kept giving them to whoever. Girl, just Jesus will fix it. So Mama bring up, I did what you asked me to do, y'all. You asked me to be consistent and reach out to at least a Kizzy. Because Kizzy wanted a relationship with her mom. She wanted a mother-daughter relationship. So Mama said I reached out to her. I would call, I would text, and she for 90 days, and she would not reply. Like, she just did not. Okay, it was what it was or whatever. I did not get any response from Kizzy. Kizzy then say, well, yeah, it's true. That kind of happened or whatever. But it was what it was. She also bring up how Marvin, let's get Marvin ass up here, okay? Where he at? Marvin, so that's Marvin, who was the other brother, told her that Kizzy was saying stuff here and there, or how Kizzy knew the mom was reaching out and Kizzy just did not respond. And Kizzy like, you know what, I didn't, because it was always some bullshit. She's like, it's always some shit between, me and my mom. It's always some middleman or whatever. Because again, for the mama to say, um, Marvin was saying that Kizzy was saying stuff. And so Marvin was like smirking and joking. Okay, so I'm like, again, messy, messy boots. Okay, petty, petty boots. Kizzy then say, like, look, the reason I would not respond, she's like, because sometimes he would call me on the phone. Marvin would call her on the phone and would have the mama on 3-way on mute and wouldn't tell Kizzy. Or the mama would call Kizzy with Marvin on the phone on mute and wouldn't tell Kizzy. And they would have these conversations and she wouldn't know the other one was on the phone listening. I'm looking like, what kind of shit? First of all, y'all really out here having 3-way muted calls? Like, it's girl, messy, messy, messy bullshit. And then from there, Michael. Michael then go into the whole thing because Michael was a little bit upset too. For what, I'm not sure. So Michael then say to his mama, well, on your Facebook page, you have a whole thing on your page of, our dead relatives from the past. You got the great grandparents or whoever. He said you also have Kizzy in that realm of the dead folk, of our dead relatives, and I think that's kind of bullshit or whatnot. You know, you always said that you didn't like Kizzy or whatever. You don't care for her, and I know you don't care for her. So why would you? Well, how dare you put a picture up or put her in a mural of dead folk as if she's dead and she's not? She's alive. So the mama then say, I didn't post that picture. And they're like, yes, you did, because it's on your it's your cover photo, mama. So you had to put that up there. You had to have made the picture. So Michael again says, I know you don't like Kizzy because you told me you don't like Kizzy. You confessed to me that you can't stand her. I'm like, Michael, you snitching? Oh, Michael snitching, And then at this point in time, she's like, "Did you like Kizzy, Michael? Did you like Kizzy, Michael?" Michael said, "I love my sister. She my sister." No, I said, "Do you like her? Do you like her?" I love all my siblings. And she's like, "No, do you like her?" So at this point in time, the mama and Michael are both arguing over the fact that neither one of them likes Kizzy. And Kizzy's sitting right there. And I'm like, this is the most dysfunctional shit I've ever seen, because the mom and Michael are literally yelling at each other about which one don't like her, about how you can't talk shit to me. I'm like, what the fuck? Iyanla got pissed and was like, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of this. You know, Y'all not about to act like park apes. Not here. I'm like, oh, here we go. Not on my watch. You know how she do. And they all shut up. Okay. It's a whole hush upon the crowd. So she like, Mama, you started all this. Okay. You set the standard for the foolishness going on with all your kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all hear anything, you know what I'm saying? How can y'all, she like, y'all look for the worst in each other and then point it out. And that's exactly what they do. They sit and wait for one person to say something. And if they know it's not true, they take pleasure in saying, that ain't true, that's the truth. You want to know how? Because when Michael said, I moved out to be on my own, one person said, no, you didn't. He lying. This would happen. Each time, they each be looking for a reason. Even Michael. Mama don't even like Kizzy. Even Kizzy, Mama, and the other brother, they all be looking to point out each other's flaws, and they take pleasure in doing it as they do it. Again, she like, y'all don't even hear each other because y'all too busy talking, and it's some bullshit. Y'all look for the worst in each. Y'all look for the worst, the absolute worst, and then y'all can't wait to point it out, and they this fucking toxic. This is an example of, you can be family, but if you're toxic to one another, you can't fix it. You can't fix toxic people. You cannot fix people who have been toxic their whole life. You can't. You can't. And I feel like this is an example of, they need to go their separate ways. Girl, not all of them, but I mean, some of them, girl, you know, I just can't. And then she like, y'all need to, think higher of each other, but y'all can't because y'all don't think higher of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? And she said, and the mama you came here and you just as bad as the kids. It's a whole fucked up bunch of apples. It's a whole fucked up bunch of apples. So from there, she has two conversations. She has one with Marcus and one with Michael. For the most part, Marcus, where is this picture? With the braids. Marcus is just sad. Okay, Marcus is more sad because, one, he bring up how his kids are with the mom, how the baby mama did not want to be with him because he was in the streets, and she did not want the kids to be around him because, again, he's in these streets. He brings up how, something happened with his kids. He has two sons that are 10 and 12, and he bring up how one or both, at least one of the kids, is violent how he is. And he's like, I can see it. I can see it in him. And of course, he's emotional. He's crying or whatever. He brings up how he feels guilty about things going on with his kids. He brings up how, something happened to one of his kids. Like, it was some kind of abuse. We don't know if it was physical or sexual, but something happened with one of his kids. And he said, I just feel guilty. I feel guilty, and I'm hard on myself because someone has to take the blame. Someone, has to be the reason that things is happening. And that's why I just feel like it's all my fault. You know what I'm saying? He brings up how, again, he felt guilty, and he says, I'm afraid that my sons will be just like me. And later on in life, they'll be in a chair talking to somebody, you know, telling a story worse than my own story. Like, and that's my fear of I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. To have that kind of thought about your children. So, she's like, well, you just need to kind of stay focused on what your end goal is. Like, if you stay focused on that, nothing else will matter because you are working towards something. But he's so caught up in being afraid based on things that's going on now. He not trying to fix shit. He bring up how he be on the phone with his sons. He like, and they be talking and telling me things. And it's like they telling me my life, but it's them. And it hurts me, whatever. And I'm like, it was crazy how he was saying how he can just imagine his kids turning into him, and that's what scares him the most. And she tell her, you have to make a choice for what you want your life to be, and what that if you want to be there for your sons or not. She like, even though your oldest is 12, like if your father that came in your life at a time, like things could have still been better. um don't not be there for them how your father was not there for you. And so they write down like all the things that he feel like is wrong with him, like as a man or whatever, things he need to face. So he puts up how he's confused, he's lost, he's angry, he's afraid, he's ashamed, he's violent, he's hurt, he's sad, he's lonely, he's guilty. He's all these things. And she like, you need to decide to, one, stop selling drugs. And even from there, your parents failed you, so you can't feel like you're worse than your parents because no one taught you to be better, which is the absolute truth. You know what I'm saying? He like, it's just hard to hear, my children going through things or whatever. And she's like, you just have to do the work and be better. And that's true. I feel like some people will focus on, I had this hard life, and I had my kids, I don't want these bad things for my kids, but they not actively trying to do anything to make sure that don't happen. You can't keep saying how you want to be better if you're not actively trying to be better. Like, point blank to the period. And so that was her whole conversation with um Marcus. Now she talks with Michael, and Michael is the quiet one who, as Iyanla say, she sees like she calls him is it preacher? A pastor, something, because he's different. He's a different brother. And she asked him like, when will you give yourself permission to be bigger and better than others around you and your family? Because like, you sit and you be silent sometime, and it's like you don't see it yet. And he like, well, I don't know. I just, it's just me. And she has him repeating how, there is greatness in me. There's greatness in me. And as he's saying it, he's smiling, because it feels like he feels good to even say that. And so she says, I feel like you don't see that in you yet, but you feel it deep down, but you want to allow yourself to let that, be fruitful and multiply, basically. Let it come up and come out and be great. You won't let the greatness shine because you're stuck in the midst of the foolishness of your family. So you won't let yourself be better than what you're surrounding yourself with. So she kind of asked him, like, if you go to school, like, what would you want to study? He like, oh, I don't know, like, maybe child psychology. And she's like, oh, wow, that's, why would you say that? And then he kind of got this like little sad look on his face, and he was having these emotions, these feelings, and then, or a reaction. Excuse me. And so she's like, well, what's that? Let it come up. Does it have words? Like, she do. Does it have words? Like, what is it? And she's like, okay, turn away from the camera so that you ain't, think about the camera. And so he brings up how he doesn't have custody of his kids, but how he is active in their lives. But him not having custody of the kids makes him doubt himself as a father. And he said how he does not like talking about it because he just wants to be active in his kids' lives, because again, his parents were not active in his life. So he was like, it just makes me feel bad that I don't have them. I don't have custody. And she said something poignant. She said, what if before it wasn't your time to have custody? What if you had to come here to vocalize something, to realize something in yourself that would get you prepared to have custody of your kids? And he was like, oh, he thought like, well, that's the whole thing I didn't even think about. So, he tells them how you're noble and you're worthy and you are a son of God. You're a great person. All these good things that I do think she sees in him, because he do seem like the one different brother. But you see him sometimes just look around like this is what I'm surrounding myself with, and if any of them, I do think he's the one who seems like he wants to be better and do better and be great, but he can't get himself from out of the circle of his siblings. Okay, the circle of siblings, and so she brings up how even though he said he don't feel like he's noble and all these things or whatever, she said that's okay, because I'm saying this may be the right space for you to start to realize that. I'm saying, and then when you're working on all of that, you can probably then get cut to the kids. Um, but she tells him how he has to be able to break the pattern of a father not being there in a kid's life. Like, you can break that pattern. You're breaking that pattern by even being in your kid's life, even if you do not have custody. And then she tells him that he makes himself small and invisible and silent, and he needs to stop doing that to get to a bigger plateau, basically. And that was the whole episode. That's happening. It's gonna be a part 2 that comes on next week. I'll cover that too. I did not feel like talking for so long, y'all, but I mean, it was just, it seemed too much. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, y'all, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.